Hello, good evening. Welcome to Sunday Stamping. Hopefully, we'll just give Facebook a couple of minutes to let you know that I've gone live. Let's see here. I think everything is good to go. So I know there's a bit of a delay with Facebook, so I'll just give you a minute to find me on Facebook before we get started. Yeah, looks like we're all ready to go. So happy Sunday evening. I hope that you had a good weekend. I hope that you were able to perhaps enjoy something outside even though it was super cold out. I don't know if I should admit to this. I've been putting off filling up my bird feeders for a while because it's been so cold. And so today I decided today's the day I'm going to go out there. There were a couple of cardinals actually that have been eating at the one feeder that still has bird seed. So I went out and filled up all the feeders. So the birds were all very happy to come and eat during this cold weather. So let me know what you were up to this weekend. Did you do anything outside? I haven't been walking lately, but I thought I might go for a little bit of a walk tonight. We'll see how I feel later on. I don't know, like today I'm in this cozy sweater. I have tea, like just anything cozy. That's what I'm about this weekend. So hopefully if you didn't go outside that you were able to stay inside and stay cozy. So tonight we are going to work on some cards featuring a layout that I learned recently, and I want to show you using one of the new designer series papers that you can earn for free with a $60 order during Celebration. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. Hi Debbie, not on your life. Today not so bad. Yeah, you're right. Today wasn't so bad. It wasn't as bad as yesterday. Yesterday I worked, so I was inside, so that's how I stayed cozy. But today I ventured out, filled those bird feeders, and then came right back in. So it's a little too chilly for me. But anyways, I'm going to flip the view around and hopefully this will work. There we go. So this is our Celebration brochure. Celebration is still going on until the end of February, so you still have time to grab the great rewards that are in this brochure. Everything in here is exclusive to this brochure. It is not available in any of our catalogs, and so you can earn free product with every $60 or $120 order. And so what that means is that's every $60 and $120. So if you spend $180, you can choose a $60 reward and a $120 reward, or three $60 rewards. There are no maximums. So it's while supplies last. So while these products are available, you can choose anything that you qualify for. So what we are going to work with tonight is this beautiful designer series paper. This is called Daffodil Afternoon. And I do have one of my sheets here to show you all the different patterns. So these are all the different patterns. I like this designer series paper because it has black in it, and the very vanilla, which are those two I really like as neutrals together. But there's lots of other coordinating colors that you can pull in and use with your cards. So this is the pack of paper I'm going to show you tonight. There is a coordinating bundle in the mini catalog that you could use with this paper, and I'm just going to show you quickly. This bundle here, the stamp set and dies, is called Daffodil Daydream bundle. So this would go really well with the paper. So in Canadian dollars, this bundle is $75.50. So with the bundle, you would be able to choose the paper for free. So that would be a great idea. If you really love daffodils and you're into that. It also works great because it's a spring stamp set, so you're getting Easter blessings and Happy Mother's Day as the two sentiments for this bundle. So that's a great bundle. I myself do not have the Daffodil Daydream bundle, and so I'm going to use a bundle that I've bought and have not played with enough yet. So this is the Honeybee Home stamp set and Honeybee Blooms dies. And so I believe, I looked this up before I jumped on here, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called, and I probably won't be able to find it. Here we go. So on page 59 of the catalog, it's part of this Heart and Home suite, but it's up here, and it is called the Honeybee Home Bundle. And I love this because it's got the scripty fonts in it, and I really love the dies. They're nice and delicate. Some floral images in this leaf, and then I love bees, so had to have this stamp set. So I'm working with this bundle tonight and the paper. So just goes to show you, you don't have to have a specific bundle to go with your paper. Pull out whatever stamp set you haven't shown enough love to and use that one with your designer series paper. So tonight I'm going to show you this one sheet wonder. Now this is a layout that we learned in our team. So this was shown to us by Ann Granger, who is our team leader, in one of our weekly Stampin' Chats. So this was really fun. It's always fun to learn a new layout to use with your papers, because that's a good way to sort of bring it back to basics, to be able to use what you have in your craft stash. So we all have pattern paper. If you're like me, you hoard it and you don't use it, as often as you should. So this is a great way to find a layout and use those papers to create the cards. So I've done a bunch of samples, but I'm going to show you how to cut the paper and put it together to create the cards. So this one sheet wonder is based on a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of designer series paper. And so you can actually get 6 pieces in this size from one sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper. Then you're going to cut it on the 4 inch side. You're going to cut it at 2 3/4 all the way down, and then with the smaller strip you're going to cut it at 2 inches, and then the larger piece you're going to cut at 3 inches. And then we're going to use all of those pieces to create cards. So I've used the Daffodil Afternoon designer series paper, and this is one of the samples that I've done. I'm going to show you the other ones that I've put together, but this gives you an idea of how that one sheet wonder comes together. So let's get started. I'm just going to move some of this stuff out of here. I have cut 3 pieces of the designer series paper in that 5 1/4 by 4 inch size, and so I'm going to show you how to cut it down into the template. So you're going to grab your trimmer. Now, depending on how comfortable you feel, this trimmer will actually cut 3 pieces of the designer series paper at once. So let's see if I can make this work. So 2 3/4 on the 4 inch side of the paper, I'm going to cut down. Then I'm going to turn this bigger strip to 3 inches, and I'm going to cut again. Then I'm going to take the thinner strip and stick it in my trimmer at 2 inches and cut. Get rid of the trimmer. And so to put them back in order, we've got the 3 inch by 2 3/4. We have this would be 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. We have the 2 inch by 1 1/4 and 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so those are the pieces. You want to have a few different patterns cut up so that you can mix and match to create your cards. So I'm just going to leave this template here. I can put the measurements for this one sheet wonder at the bottom after we're done. So let me just move these piles away. And then in terms of your card base, you just want to pick a card base color that coordinates with your pack of designer series paper. So all of our designer series paper on the back, if you flip over the package, will tell you all of the coordinating colors. So in here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different colors that you could pull from depending on whatever you have in your craft stash. So I have pulled out Pear Pizzazz. This is a basic card base, so that means it measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish that edge. And then what you want to do is keeping those patterns, or keeping the pieces in the right spot. What I did fail to mention is that if your designer series paper is directional, you want to make sure that you're that you've cut the piece the right way, so that when you put it together, the pattern is going up and down and you haven't cut it the wrong way and it's going horizontal instead of vertical. Okay, so what I want to do now is pick my pieces that are going to coordinate with this color of cardstock. Now, at the end, because I have 3 different patterns of paper, I'll be able to get 3 cards out of all these pieces. So I'm going to start with this one at the bottom, and then remember with your designer series paper, you're not limited to one side of the paper. There's always a double side. So I want to see what's going to work best. I like this one, and this has the daffodils on it. And then I want one of these small pieces. So I'm going to go with the black. And then I'm going to pick one we haven't used. So what do I want? This is the tricky part, is trying to figure out what do I want. What do I want to go here? I don't know. I kind of like this one, even though. No, I'm going to switch it up. So we're going to flip this around. Do it this way. Okay, we're going to go with that. And then I have all these pieces to use on other cards. So I'm going to put those away, and then all I'm going to do is glue them down. So I'm using my Stampin' seal. And you want to make sure you leave that border on the outside, but otherwise these pieces will just fit together like a puzzle, which makes it super easy. You don't have to think about, you know, how your card's going to come together. This is a great way to mass produce a bunch of cards if you are doing invitations, or you want to send out cards to friends, or you want to create them for different occasions. This is a way to use up your paper and create a nice, beautiful card that comes together fairly easy. And you know what? Sometimes when you're not feeling very crafty, you know, the juices aren't flowing, this is a great way to get back into creating. So then, to do my sentiment here, I wanted to say stay simple. So I've grabbed one of the punches. This is the Label Me Lovely punch. And somewhere here I have a piece of basic black. So again, I'm pulling one of the coordinating colors with cardstock, and I'm going to punch that out. This is just a scrap that I pulled that was just big enough to punch out my piece. And then I grabbed a piece of Very Vanilla, and I've cut it using one of our layering circle dies. So if you don't have these in your craft stash, this is a die set that you are going to want, because circles are something you can always use. It's a basic shape. You can pull these for sentiments or stamping images and coloring on them. So this is a great one to have if you don't have that one already. So I cut one out already that would fit inside of my label. So this is what I'm going to use to stamp on. So I'm just going to grab my piercing mat here. And then I've grabbed one of the stamps from that Honeybee home set. This one says Stay Wonderful, which is a nice, fun and different sentiment. And again, it's in a scripty font, so of course I love that. I'm going to stamp just in my Memento black, but again, you could pull any of the coordinating colors that you have in your stash. I'm going to stamp that. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to put my circle onto my punched piece. This just gives the pieces a little of depth and layering for my card, since everything else is flat here. Hi Kelly, thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well, staying warm. Hope everyone's staying healthy. It seems almost impossible right now between everything going around, but hopefully everyone's healthy, staying warm. So there we go. So I just sort of put that over where the pieces all meet on the card. And then to top it off, I have pulled one of the twines from the Essential Twine Packs. This one is basic black, and I'm going to do a double length, and then I'm going to tie a bow. So in this Essentials pack of twine, you get 5 neutral colors of twine. Again, a great essential to have in your craft stash. There's a very vanilla twine in this pack also that would work well with this paper, because very vanilla is one of the coordinating colors. So there we go. I've tied a double bow, and I'm just going to trim up the edges here. And then I'm going to use a glue dot for the twine. Now, the glue dots, you can roll them up if you don't want them as wide as the whole dot. So I don't want to have a sticky card, so just going to roll that up a bit and then put that down on the corner, and there we go. So I love this paper. It's got neutral tones in it, but it also has other colors. To me, it makes a really elegant card. Let me move these pieces out of the way. So I'll show you some of the other cards that I put together with different patterns of this paper. So we have this one. One of the other sentiments from the Honeybee Home says, best of luck. So I did this one and this one. And on this card, I actually added some of the classic matte dots. These are new in the mini January to June 2022 catalog. And then I did a couple that say miss you, because this would be a great one if you haven't seen some people for a long time now. These ones, this one I did, the cardstock is basic black, so again, one of the coordinating colors. And then I did this one. So this is all the same Designer Series paper pack with just different patterns and different cutouts. So that's this layout. Now what I did want to show you are some other cards that I have received or made with this Designer Series paper pack, so that you can see how versatile it is for making different cards. So this first one I'm going to show you, I received as a swap this month in our team, and it doesn't have the name on the back, so I'm not sure. I don't remember who sent it to me. So if this is your card, leave a comment below so you can get credit for it. But this is using the paper, 2 different patterns of it, and then using a stamp set from one that's in the annual catalog. I know this one has the palm trees, tropical tranquil or something, timeless tropical, it's something like that. I know it has the palm tree in it because this is one of my favorite stamp sets. So there's this one. And then I kind of decided to case that card and do my own. So this is another pattern. And what I've used and what this person used on their card is the largest frame from the Scalp Contours dies. These again are great dies. I use them all the time, but that's the biggest one, and just one sheet of Designer Series paper, and then a punch with a sentiment and the Pale Papaya open weave ribbon, and that's all. And I really love this Designer Series paper. It's just beautiful. And then I did case a couple of cards from a video of Zara Premjes, who's a demonstrator in Markham, Ontario. This was a layout that she did with the same Designer Series paper, so I've done these 2. Emboss the layers. So this one, the embossing folder I use on this one is the Macrame embossing folder, and 2 different patterns of the Designer Series paper with this, I can't remember what this ribbon is called, but it's like a black and white gingham or buffalo check, something like that. And again, I've used a different sentiment from the Honeybee Home. And then this one here I've embossed with the Hive 3D embossing folder, which again is great with the Honeybee Home bundle. 2 different patterns of the Designer Series paper, the same sentiment, and this again is the Pale Papaya open weave ribbon. And then the last one I did, I pulled out the dies from the Honeybee Home bundle, and I cut this out in Pear Pizzazz. I've used that Missed You sentiment. This is actually another layout I found online. So again, layouts are wonderful. You can use them for all different sorts of patterns of paper. So this is rude, but I'm just going to check my phone. This is the January sheet load of cards by Call Me Crafty Owl. So I'll link that below too, so you can see that. And again, it's the same designer series paper. I've pulled in those coordinating colors, the pale papaya, the basic black. And then I pulled out from the annual catalog, did I put them away? I must have. These are the Honeybee, they're bumblebee trinkets. And these are gold. They are absolutely beautiful and they work so well with the Honeybee Home stamp set and bundle. So I pulled those out. If you don't have those, they're not adhesive backed, but one glue dot behind it is all you need for adhesive. So I love that. So as you can see, there's lots to work with here, lots of different layouts that you can use with any of your designer series paper. Again, if you choose that Daffodil bundle that I showed you or the Honeybee Home bundle, you can earn this paper for free until the end of February or while supplies last. I hope that you enjoyed the cards that I've shared with you tonight. If you have any questions about any of the products that I've used tonight, please let me know. I will give you the measurements for the One Sheet Wonder below, and I will also link the 2 videos for each of these 2 layouts so that you can see those also. Otherwise, I hope that you have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see you next Sunday at 7:30 for Sunday stamping. Take care and have a great night.